consistent cash and bringing that into our experience. Hi, if you're new to me, my name is Raquel and I'm your GPS for success. So if you're just jumping into the conversation, no worries. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we've been doing, and you can go ahead and look at the description. You'll see the first three videos for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Monday, we had the subliminal. Tuesday, we talked about why, and that was a little really around the focus. Why trying to feel into the frequency of what you say you want, including consistent cash, really does not work. And then yesterday in Wednesday's show, we talked about, one of the lines I talked about in there is really activating the soft girl life. A lot of women really want the soft life, and they think that getting the soft life is getting a man, getting married, getting somebody else to pay for it, without even recognizing that they actually hold the power and they can start experiencing the soft life right now. So if that's of interest to you, then you really want to go ahead and watch this entire series. This entire series is really around the 1% model. And the 1% model, and I'm going to tell you because I'm not gatekeeping it, is the compound effect. It is doing something on purpose for 1% or less every single day to invest in yourself. And why is that? We're given the perfect equation, and we're told in the best selling book in the world that you will prosper and be in health as your mind, your soul prospers, which is your mind, your will, and emotions. It is a mindset issue. It is, and your mind is directing your brain. Your brain, let's call it the subconscious part, is running 95% or more sometimes of your automatic reactions. And so when you understand that you can take your power back by doing some simple things, then you'll be able to really create the life that you want. This week, we've kind of been focusing on consistent cash, but you can use this for anything, actually. Yesterday, I started to talk about the different levels of manifestations, which is I go into that topic deeper. I did in a recent workshop, which you can access when you're a society member. If you want more information on that, you can just look at the description below. But the first one we talked about was the first level is the lack of understanding. And so, what is the antidote to that? Is to get understanding, which is what we have been building. The second thing around this 1% model, why is it so effective? It's because it really levels the playing field. Once you really have the understanding, like, wait, at least that awareness, right? Let's call it even awareness. That awareness that you can take your power back by doing something as simple, really as simple as listening to subliminal and then dealing with the thoughts that come up as they come up. Then you'll be able to trade one thought that is really the kingpin in the moment that is holding you back from the manifestation and replacing it with the new thought, because everything that you believe is just a story. Words matter because they become matter. And so the words that we tell ourselves are the ones we're going to believe more than any other. And it's not your fault. Your brain is doing what it's supposed to do, which is to keep you going in your belief systems. Everything that you need in order for you to have the life that you want, you already have. It's in your power to use and to reframe and to take back your power by replacing the thoughts that are not serving you. A lot of times we hear that, right? You need to walk away from that what's not serving you, and you walk away from people. But what's not serving you is in between your ears. So if you would just take your power back and you will decide to invest in yourself. And this is phase number two. So the phase number two of where you're not met, of what can be the chink in the chain, why things have not manifested. Either number one, you have not understood, and we've been breaking it down by understanding. And this is the reason, because in number two, you might be like, yeah, I got it. I need to listen to this, or I found, intuitively what I need to be doing for the 15 minutes or less a day. And I'm going to do it. And so you're really excited. You're like, yes, I got it. And then what happens? Because you have not given yourself the gift of time, you have no root. And so when the heat comes, because it always comes, right? So what happens? Think of it this way: your thought, your thoughts and your current belief system. Think of it like a king, and now you are trying to displace your current king with a new one, because the new king is going to, which is the new thought and belief, is going to give you what you want. So now you have two opponents that are going to start fighting each other. And what happens more than not is that this old belief system comes up, this old thought comes up, and starts to give you resistance. A lot of times, especially in the realms that I hang out with, we think about external resistance. The external resistance, not all the time 80/20, because people have their own free will, but most of the time that resistance is being created by us, and not necessarily created. We are magnetizing ourselves to what we believe. Why? Because our brain is doing its job. It's saying, this is what I believe about myself. This is what I believe it's really going to happen. And so I'm going to pull you toward things that make you right. It is a self fulfilling prophecy. And so your brain is always pulling you to your own self fulfilling prophecy. What is it that you're thinking? And if you have not rooted in the new thought, it's not deep in you yet, you're still magnetizing yourself the other way. So that's why yesterday we talked about a really quick exercise that you can do in a few minutes that helps you to start to ground in. You don't need to do what I'm saying, you're grown. But if you want what you say you want, then choose to invest in yourself less than 1% of the day. My clients who I've been working with, we meet once, well, in the ARC, which is my inner circle, we meet once a week, and it's for this shift, right? Because things are always coming up. So we're constantly shifting the thoughts that are coming up that are holding us back from what we say we want, right? And then we redirect so that we can continue, we release and redirect and reframe and keep going. But you can do this. The reason you go with coaches or memberships is to go faster, because there are other people there who have their brilliance and their zone of genius that can help you. But in the meantime, you can help yourself. You can help yourself by recognizing, you know what, am I the drama? Maybe you're the drama. You've all been that person. And we are magnetizing ourselves to the very thing that is actually causing the hiccups. So that is right. Phase number two. Phase number two, when you're trying to manifest something, where there could be a chink in the chain, is that maybe you have not given yourself, you have not committed to it. You say I'm committed, and then you start doing all these other things. I talked about the other day. I can't remember if it was yesterday's episode or the one before, about really understanding the principles. When you understand the principles, then you can use the tactics and the strategies. But you're running from tactic to tactic, from strategy to strategy, without understanding the principle. And you're not really taking hold and committing to the principle because there's no roots. So if you were going to the doctor and they were giving you a prescription, they would tell you to do this and take it for at least 30 days, sometimes 60, sometimes even 90, to see if it's going to work well. They can't even guarantee anything. And if the doctor gave it to you, you would be faithful to taking it. I'm inviting you and challenging you then to do the same for yourself. This is your prescription. Feed yourself on purpose by feeding that brilliant mind of yours, because that is your gift. That is actually the gateway to everything you want is in your hands. Then take your power back for less than 1% of your day. And the clients that I've been doing this with, like in the ARC, I've created things for them that was like 7 minutes long, 8 minutes long. And typically in the beginning, so it took about 40 days before they started to have an internal shift. And that's what you need. You're never going to go any farther than how you see and feel about yourself. And so that internal shift, right, to create the soft life, to create the life that you want, to get the love, to get the consistent cash, it's always First is starting with your identity. Who do you say you are? Who do you think you are? And I talked about this. It's in one of the, because I repurposed it, that every time your heart beats, you are sending the message of who you think you are, right? It's your predominant belief system that is in union with your predominant emotional state. And then it's going boom, boom. You're sending that message out, but you're also sending it to every cell in your body. So if your heart was beating yesterday, 60 beats per minute, that means in 1 hour, you have sent out 3,600 messages. In a day, you sent out 86,400 messages to a captive audience of trillions. What are you telling yourselves every single day? Because they are, right? It's not only your brain, it's your body. The rest of your functions is going that way. It's producing what you say that you want, what you're thinking about, mostly what you're thinking about, because eventually you'll do it. So if you don't like what has been manifesting, the things that are manifesting now are tied to the thoughts that you have been thinking over and over again for the last 3 to 6 months. That's why you need to give yourself the gift of time. Can the things go faster? Yes, they can. But for the most part, it might take that long. And the time is going to pass anyway. It's going to pass anyway. So why wouldn't you commit to yourself less than 15 minutes to do something, to do some of the thought models and the things that I'm suggesting? And you don't have to do what I'm suggesting. Maybe, somebody else might have a better plan for you. But you need to ask the question at least. Ask the question because your brain will tell you, especially before you go to sleep. Ask the question: what is the best way for me to move forward? What is the principle that I need to start adopting? What is the thought that I need to replace? That's what I asked the other day. I was like, what is the thought actually that I need to replace? Because I have lots of thoughts. But I need to pick one, which is the one that I need to replace. And in the morning, I got the answer. Are you asking the question? Maybe you didn't know to ask the question. Ask the question below. I'll help you. Go ahead and ask below. Be brave and courageous. We have been together less than 1% of your day today. I'm so proud of you for still sticking around. Let me know that you're still here. Give me a like, give me a comment. Let me know, hey, made it to the end. Or I did my 1%. Because the process of time is what's going to give you what you want. And you are already investing your attention in other places. Why not invest in yourself? You are the best investment that you can get. You're always going to get 100% ROI when you put that intention in yourself. Change your thoughts and you will change your life. Your words matter because they become matter. It's already happening. And it's your time and your turn to take your power back so that you can have those things that you say that you want. We'll have one more tomorrow around this thoughts and consistent cash and other juicy things. Until next time, which will be very, very soon, may God's richest and best be yours. Bye now.